How's it going, guys? Today we are taking a look at the Transformers movie masterpiece, Decepticon Barricade. And let's just say I am really excited for this one because this, out of the entire 07 movie cast, is my personal favorite Decepticon out of them all. I do have Megatron, he is great, and I also have Starscream, and he's also great. But out of the other Decepticons, such as Brawl, Bone Crusher, and Blackout, I do not own their Masterpiece versions, so I only have the experience with 3 of them. But out of the 3 I have, he is my personal favorite. He is based on the 2005 Saline Ford Mustang concept car. I say 2005 because that's when filming first started for the movie. And I know Bay saw this car somewhere. I don't know where. He saw this car. It said Celine on the side here. Celine on the back, obviously. Hard to see, but it's there. And Celine here. And he said this would be perfect for a cop car. So threw on the light bar, tachographs, barricade. Yeah. On the side of the car here, it shows to punish and enslave. Right there shows to punish and enslave. And yeah, I love this car. The 2005 Mustang is for the 2005 Ford Mustang is probably my favorite out of the early 2000 cars. I've pretty much said everything I could about the car. It's a beautiful black and white police car. For comparison, I'm going to bring in his original 2007 Deluxe class. You know, it's old when the police badge starts to eat itself alive. And that's how he looks with his original, the newer one. Also going to bring in his Dark of the Moon toy because he was in that movie and he got a new toy, surprisingly enough. I will admit, I think I like the all black compared to the white, unfortunately, on the Dark of the Moon toy. Even though I like this toy a lot. Yeah. Nothing else really to say other than it's a cool police car. And you might as well start on transformation. So what I like to do is I like to go up to the roof here. Pop out that panel and shift it up and out of the way. Unfortunately, this is the scary part. Because this is like 2017, 2018 plastic. And I have never had a good experience with 2017 and 2018 plastic. What we're going to try and do is we're going to try and... There we go, that's exactly what we wanted. We're going to try and untab the quarter panel of the car and the back bumper. What we got to do is, unfortunately, there's no easier way to clear these door pieces because I can't shift them up. Even then, if I do try, paint rubs here, and it's just a headache. So what I try to do is I untab the rear window. I try and take this, flex it the best I could while trying to pull entire side of the car off at once in one fell swoop. Once I get the hand past the door piece, that's when I know I'm at least good, and that allows me to pull his arm all the way out. And I'm going to get it done on the other side. So other than this part of the transformation, everything else is good. I really hate how little clearance there is, because these are all clear plastic, and that's all one solid piece, and that is terrifying. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is start with the arm. We'll just do the arms, get them out of the way. So we're going to bring up the top of the fender here, make sure it's looking like that, and then the headlight we're just going to bring down like so. I'm going to untab the door and try an accordion it up like that. I'm going to bring the wheel, flip it out, and tab it in right where the end of the quarter panel is. This door, we are going to, well, actually we're going to bring this out, and then we are just going to spin the entire door piece and set it right there. Next, we're going to go right here. There's a panel we got to fold out underneath the rear windshield, or the rear window. Once we got that out of the way, then we can clear everything out. That is not how English works. And we're gonna, you can't even see it. Raise the camera. Then we're going to swing his entire hand up, around and out. And what we gotta do is try and fit these, oh, you can't see it. You try and fit these 3 little pegs in between the spokes of the rims. And that is fairly easy to do. And then we can, once you got that, we can split the tire. That is really cool. Okay, my autofocus is acting up, so give me 1 second. Okay, hopefully that's better. Where were we? Ah, yes. We're going to now grab this rear window and just fold her in like that. And that fills out the entire fender well of the Mustang. Now we're just going to accordion everything here on this armature. I like to bring his arm forward a little bit just so we can make clearance. And all we're really going to do, apply a little pressure, tab everything in, and that is one arm. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. That is thumbnail worthy right there. That is funny as all hell. Okay, both arms are done. What we're going to do now is we're going to work on his lower legs. What I like to do is grab his entire leg assembly and untab the hood. Now we can bring the entire leg assembly down once we move some parts of it around. Alright, so we'll do with the legs, simply just going to split them apart. Up here by his waist, we're just going to shift everything up like so, and then bring his leg down. Bring the rear bumper, or the rear section of the car, bring it out like so. I'm going to turn it, and there's a little slot right there in the calf. And that is where the rear spoiler and bumper of the car are going to tab and sit in. Next, we're just going to bring his feet down. Flip out that little horn on this boot. And then side of his thigh. I love that order of operation. It is one of the best in my opinion. Simply just going to do it again on this side now. Shift it up. Back of the car out. Turn it. Collapse it in and peg her in. Foot comes down. Boot horn is out. And thigh spike comes out too. We are nearly there at this point in time. I'm going to shift the camera up again because he's starting to get to be a tall boy. So this is a buyer's choice. The instructions tells you to fold his bumper guard down, and it kind of pushes out his bumper sections as well, and flip it in like so, and then shift up this entire section of the car. Right? And that's how his entire chest piece is supposed to look, but I kind of don't like that, personally at least, because that doesn't look aggressive for the bad cop. So what we're going to do is bring his entire section out again. Going to shift his bumper pieces around to bring that up. And then just fit it around around the bull bar like so. Okay, so once we stay straight. So once we finally finish everything, it has a more regressive look. Speaking of which, all we're going to do really is grab his entire arm assembly and just shift it up. Sadly, it does not peg in, so it just flops around like a hot mess. But whatever, they were just figuring out the movie masterpiece anyway. We're going to shift his doors up. They're on these little gray armatures, so we're just going to shift it up like that, swing it around and line it up with that pin there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is flip out the bad cop's head, peg his entire collar piece into place. That's English. And tab everything in. Head went down. Oh, Jesus Christ. And all we're going to do now at this point is we're just going to grab the last section of his hood and swing it down, and it clips everything into place and holds his backpack together. So now we're just going to clean up Barricade a little bit. There we go. Clean up the toy. And there is the bad cop. And there is Barricade. That was a really fun transformation, and I think it made a really screen accurate robot. From the 2007 movie, at least. And just look at that. The instructions do ask you to bring these light bars and just swing them down, but these are very stiff on mine, so I just ignore that step altogether. And yeah, that is one badass robot. As you can see, I did leave the bumper grill or the bumper guard up, because that to me completes his whole silhouette, especially his side profile. Like this guy's a police car. Okay, so you gotta have a key identifier here on top of the whole. On top of the whole police on the side of his door or the side of his arms. Yep. Articulation wise, legs can go out that far. Can go far back like there. That's English 100%. He's got a thigh swivel right here. Underneath 90-degree bend. Technically this is on a double joint, but it is so tight I am scared it's going to break. His feet, they can go forward that far. Cannot go back at all. This thing is flopping around. Ankle tilts, so he's got a good, what is that, 20 degrees of bend in the ankle. Arms can go, has an elbow that can go that far back. A broken arm that goes that far back. Okay, let me do this right. Arm goes out that way and get a well over 90 degrees of bend. He's got a bicep swivel. Arms on a really nice-ish ratchet. It's a soft ratchet. And his head can go up that... Oh, no, wait. His head can go up that far on the ball joint. Can go... can go down just a little bit. And his mouth can open. So he can do the whole Are you username LadiesMan217? I'm just going to push you back now. That felt weird to do. But yeah, his head's on a ball joint. You can look left, right, you can go all the way around. And last important piece. Well, it'd be important if there was no junk in the trunk. He does have a waist swivel, but with the way everything tabs into his back, that is not useful. Which I don't care. What else? Oh yeah. Here he is with his original 2007 counterpart. The then and now. I love the then, but it's definitely the now that I appreciate a lot. And his 2011 Dark of the Moon toy. That's how he skills with them. Are you username LadiesMan217? Ooh. I'm an adult, by the way. Okay. I lost track. Okay, so what we can do, he does have a weapon, so we're just going to configure his arm into what we need it. So we're just going to unpeg everything according to it somewhat. Fold that in. Grab his hand. We're going to bring it out. Or we're going to unpeg it, bring it out, and we're just going to swivel it all back that way. His arm, or his tire, is going to unpeg, tab back into place here, and he has his little spike tire ball thingy. And this is really cool. I appreciate the fact that they included this, because this was the best part of the movie. It's got a little tab right there. It's going to peg into here if this idiot will stand properly. There we go. Once that's all done, we're going to peg everything back together, and this is typically how I do display him. I just have his spike ball in his arm, or connected to his hand, and he sits on my shelf just like that, looking oh so menacing. Well, I think we're going to call it for today. That is the Transformers 2007 movie masterpiece, Decepticon Barricade. Say that 10 times fast, Dark of the Moon mech tech weapon Barricade. See his foot right there. Wait, you can see his foot right there. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you all in the next one. He is coming. He is getting a video. He is not yellow. It's the plastic he's made out of. He is getting a video, I promise. Alright. Have a good night, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day.